Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video today. I will take you for a walk once again into this beautiful forest, and we have a wonderful topic to talk about. We'll be talking about glitches in the Matrix happening to many people right now, and we'll be talking about the present very potent, interesting energy that you may be feeling. And the reason for that is, well, we're living in very interesting times. And I've made a video a few days ago about the energy about this year and this second half of the year. So 2024 was a year of trial and error as a process of initiation into living in alignment, living in coherent frequency with nature, with awakening, with evolution of consciousness. And we've been all initiated into this process, like how well can we adapt into the frequency of trust. And the frequency of trust says to us, everything will work out, but you need to surrender to this knowing. You need to surrender to the knowing that everything will work out, because sooner or later you will learn the truth of that. And the question is only how long will you resist until you surrender, right? And surrendering then means to just become a bit more perceptive. What resonates with you, what speaks to you, what, makes your soul dance, and get into this kind of activities. This is really surrendering. Surrendering means releasing the old paradigms, releasing the old programs, releasing the old systems of thought that make you feel forcing something because you want to feel safe, because you want to feel seen, because you want to feel like you are someone. When you surrender all these, beliefs and ideas, you notice you're already everything. And your job here is to manifest that everything into a beautiful being through beautiful craft, through things you love to do, and make a masterpiece out of it. This is your job right now. That's why you need to notice what really resonates with you, what puts you into a state of harmony where you want to dance with it. I found painting at this time, and I found making these messages like something I really love to do, and I'm having great time doing that. And then I mentioned glitches a little bit. Glitches in the Matrix. So let's for a moment just appreciate this place. Isn't it beautiful? This is the forest that I come in many times. Sometimes to make videos, sometimes just to reconnect. I love forests. And what are glitches? Why glitches are happening right now? So glitch can be when something that's hard to explain happens. Sometimes things disappear, sometimes things appear out of nowhere, sometimes something mystical may happen, sometimes deja vus may happen. It's because many different timelines are merging into one, because so many people are tapping into this higher frequency, and therefore we're manifesting a new timeline. I mean, it's not new, but it's a new reality that's coming into place. Because you see, if you're wondering like why in the past all these pyramids and all these great buildings were created, and then suddenly no one knows anymore how it was built. Timelines were so distorted that many different things started existing at many different timelines, and it's like you would have a puzzle, a whole complete puzzle, and you would destroy it, and you would put each piece of the puzzle into a different timeline and now make a whole story out of that piece of the puzzle. It's a piece of one complete puzzle, but it lives in kinda individually somewhere where it is looking for its other pieces to come back together. And in this case, the puzzle is really wholeness. It's the experience of wholeness, where life becomes much more meaningful when suddenly you realize that you're connected with all of that, and that your mind should serve as a tool of creation in this matrix, and your emotions should serve as intelligent mechanism that makes you feel connected to all this matrix, and at the same time it helps you to function in it and to manipulate it through frequency, as mind serves as putting together information through thinking. Emotions serve then to send this information out through feeling, through frequency. Feel as if, right? Neville Goddard. So glitches are happening to many people right now because all these different timelines are slowly merging back into one, and everything that was so mystical in the past is now just getting a bigger meaning. So to many of you, you may just feel like things are slowly making sense. And we're seeing that all around the world, where all this great mystical information is coming back into the public. Like, people are talking about real history. Not necessarily that it's exactly how they explain it, but the point is that we see that so much of new information is coming out that is maybe not how the mainstream told us, right? So it's a beautiful thing we're seeing, because it's like something new is happening that resonates deeply with so many people. Like, for example, the work of Billy Carson. Very interesting thing what he's doing. He's just, bringing out to the public a lot of information that resonates with many people, and not necessarily that all of that is a fact, like this is how it is, but it sparks mind to explore, to investigate, to really think deeply. Oh, what if things truly are not the way that mainstream told us? And it just sparks this deeper thinking that was just ignored by many people, because we've been not told to think deeply. We've been told to memorize stuff. We've been told to adapt to the pace of society and fit in, right? But as more and more people start waking up and noticing, well, I've actually come here to stand out and to be another, to be another part of a new story. We notice that it takes some courage to do that, right? And every time we start doing that, we at the same time plug ourselves to the frequency that supports this process. And that's the frequency that many people experience as a process of awakening. It just manifests in you as a sense of curiosity for more mystical knowledge, for more mystical experiences. And yeah, well, we have planes around, and more truth and more playfulness, more joy, more passion. And to a person who's open for that, well, many interesting things may start happening. And suddenly you start noticing, oh, your reality starts shifting. You start experiencing more of these results, and the Matrix has noticed that. So it started very intelligently kind of slowing down this process. We see it with AI, we see it, not that it's bad, like we can use it in many great ways, but We sit with algorithms. Have you noticed? I've noticed that algorithms started pushing me content that's very diverse, like almost polarized. Like, for example, if I would watch a video, let's say I would watch a video by Dr. Joe Dispenza, the next day I would go on YouTube and I would start seeing many videos from people who are criticizing his work. And then I've watched another video from someone, and the next day I've started seeing so many videos from people who were criticizing that man. And it was so interesting. That was not happening before to me this intensely. So I've noticed, well, you really need to be focused on how you're using the social media right now, because you know it's playing with your attention, it's playing with your energy, it's playing with your focus. Like when there's so much of polarity, and if you allow algorithms to control what you watch, to control what you do, then, well, you're its tool, right? You can use technology as a great tool, or it will use you as a great tool in this matrix. So you really need to be aware how you're using it right now. You see, as we are waking up and more people are waking up, also all these mechanisms and systems are adapting to that, and it just means, well, on each level things become harder, right? But as things become harder, they also become more rewarding. So those of you who are going through a process of awakening right now are becoming aware of the power of your thoughts, of the power of your emotions, and you're noticing certain glitches in your life, like things may just come out of nowhere. Things may disappear. and sometimes just when you need something, it finds you, or many times it may happen. But as I mentioned in that video about how the second half of the year 2024 will be very interesting, I was talking about this period of trial and error where we're really learning to get in alignment with the rhythm of this time right now. And to get in alignment with the rhythm of this time right now basically means that you really listen to what resonates, what sparks a sense of happiness, a sense of joy, a sense of meaning. This is a very important thing you need to pay attention to right now. If glitches are happening, it's just a sign that you're shifting your frequency. And if you're feeling very, very intense energy, well, a lot of new energy is coming in. A lot of new energy is coming in and you're feeling it. So you may be feeling more tired these days, you may be feeling easily more irritated. You may be feeling like you're sleeping enough, but you just don't get rested. Or you may be feeling like your mind is overwhelmed and you've been not doing much. So your body is adapting to everything that's happening, and you need to notice that you have certain, practices that keep you rooted, that you're eating well and all of that. You know this stuff. But what's the most important at this time is to notice how much you're still on autopilot, how much you're still doing things automatically out of a habit, because habit is a program and you've designed these programs. If you haven't adapted the habits, habits from your environment, you've created them. And now as you're going through this process of awakening, you need to become aware of how much you're still reacting out of a habit, how much you're still thinking out of a habit, how much problems you still use as a benefit for you to be a victim of whatever is going on, because still being a victim feels more familiar than being a creator surrendering to unknown. which is a scary thing. But whatever is scary is also often rewarding if we choose it from love, if we choose it from the heart, right? So, at this very point, many of you are being deeply challenged. We're all being challenged to trust the heart. We're still in the period of the throat center until the beginning of December. After beginning of December this year, we'll go into the energy will change into the energy that will be heart-centered. At that time, a lot of these trials you're going through right now will make so much more sense, and you will integrate a lot of wisdom you're learning right now. So be open-minded and open-hearted right now, because these times are not easy. They're challenging you to trust. They're challenging your ability to trust, actually, to really, shake off these old beliefs that are saying only through hard work things can happen, or only if, the right connection happens, I can, experience a breakthrough, or only if this predictable thing takes place, then I can be safe. Let go of that and actually ask yourself what really, really resonates with you. Like, to become more aware of feeling stuff. When you feel inspired, do something with that inspiration. When you feel more emotional because something happened, well, go through these emotions and write about it. You need to express it. When you give voice to emotions, you bring that frequency out of your body. You free it. You free yourself. You liberate you. When you feel angry, well, anger is a great drive. Do something with it. Something, helpful, something beneficial. I often mention to you this idea of goodness, as we're slowly getting more into the heart frequency. We're exploring the idea of what it means to be a good human being, a good soul. And you see, these ancient Greek philosophers, they had a bit different understanding of that, what is good and what is evil. Many people now say, oh, this is evil and this is good. But they used a word to benefit. They had a Greek word that said to benefit, which was later translated into a word of good or goodness. Aristotle was talking a lot about goodness. Like, there's a whole chapter in one of his books talking about a good human being, and it basically means to do things that benefit you, but also everyone around you when you master them. For example, becoming more virtuous, becoming a character that becomes very valuable in the society, becoming more soulful, more skillful in your natural gifts. He explored this idea that we are all born with talents, but then through virtuous living, we embrace these talents and sharpen them. Like, we are all born, but it's not necessary that these talents will naturally evolve into what they are meant to be. We need to work on them. And this is then the idea of free will, where we get to choose to work on these talents, right? And this is what we are doing right now. We need to notice what sparks this sense of incredible life. Because when I work on my talents, I'm a very creative person. And when I work on, anything that's creative for me, I experience life completely in that work, in that endeavor. And that's what you need to focus on right now. Like, whatever is your challenge, through that work you will find a solution. Like, I found a way to make a living out of doing art, out of doing what I'm doing. And same, you will find a way to make whatever is, to solve whatever problem you have right now through following and shaping your talents and skills that make you feel alive. And then this idea of evil was to do what doesn't benefit you and people around you. That was evil. So we see it also in the society, like people are doing evil deeds, things that are not benefiting anyone, and therefore they become destructive, right? So you need to notice what benefits you, and not just you egoistically, selfishly. Of course, there is a period during the process of awakening where you just need to benefit yourself. So you recharge, you find out who you are, you notice what could you offer, you find, certain passions and all of that, and many of you are, you've already been through all of that. And then you get into the phase of purpose, of service. You find yourself in service to others, right? And in service to others, you find yourself. And that's then the realization what life truly is about. It's about noticing that you're a part of the web on which everything is connected. And as much as everything else, you matter. And without you noticing why you've been placed at that unique place in time, this web can't function properly. So therefore that web needs you. And it means you need to find out why it needs you. So you need to find out why you feel so deeply magnetized towards certain specific things. Because in this, whatever you feel attracted to, you will find your deepest and most passionate purpose. And this is the message for this time, my friends. If you're feeling any of that, well, I'm happy for you, because you're going through an incredible journey. And to any of you who are experiencing glitches, well, glitches in the matrix, well, it's a sign that you're shifting into a higher frequency where we are manifesting a whole new world. Whatever it means to you, doesn't matter. My friends, I hope you've enjoyed in this walk, in this forest, a beautiful place. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Thanks to everyone for supporting my art in our store, AttractPassion.com, where you can find all of my paintings, prints of my paintings, original paintings, and cute stickers and guided meditations. Check it out. With that, you're supporting this mission. And thanks also to everyone for joining our Patreon community. You're all truly appreciated. And stay beautiful, stay creative, and stay connected. Till next time, one love.